one of the songs I'm gonna play today, I wrote actually because I was trying to cover a song somebody else had written.
Right.
But I was struggling to capture like their energy, their emotion. And so I was like, well, if I can't play or sound anything like them, I might as well just write my own lyrics and make it my own song.
Agreed.
And then it ended up being like one of the best songs I'd ever written.
I love it.
I was like, hell yeah.
It's the right attitude.
That's pretty cool.
Don't worry.
Yeah, that's like kind of the stuff that I'm into.
I love that.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Handsome and Beautiful. I'm your host, Camille Trudeau. In this episode, let's go behind the scenes and watch our next musician and their photo shoot.
So what kind of music do you play?
I do a lot of different things, actually. It seems like the different types of music I get into allow me to, like, kind of look at things differently. Yeah, so, like, what I'm going to do today is kind of like almost like a gay Bob Dylan kind of thing.
I love that.
Very, like, folk punk, you know?
love that.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
But like I also do like a lot of like spoken word, and I also do like a lot of like just straight guitar music without the harmonica, of course.
Nice.
And then I'm also a really big fan of like rap music, and so recently I've started doing that.
You might lay down some rhymes?
Yeah, and so it's like
Nice.
the Bob Dylan-y stuff seems to be like very hopeful, you know, like very like positive and uplifting. And then it's like the rap music seems to be like very like satirical, but also like kind of, you know, more like explicit.
Okay.
And
that
then
sounds awesome.
yeah, it's good stuff. And then also, the spoken word stuff seems to really be just like, I need to get the stream of consciousness out of myself. You know, it's so crazy. So it's like, I used to write songs back in college and even before then, high school, even in elementary school, like I was making very basic compositions, you know, like very short songs on the piano. But I always liked songwriting in some kind of way. But from college until now, probably about a 10-year period, I didn't do hardly any at all. I didn't do, like hardly any songwriting, hardly any.
Just stopped.
Yeah, just stopped doing anything. Well, ran dry. My interest in it ran dry. Didn't really feel good anymore, you know. But then it's like, with like my acknowledgement of my transness and like this awakening, I just started writing again.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and it was crazy, huge creative spurt, like greater than anything that I'd had before. And I feel like that was something that was like really
the biggest creative moment.
Yeah, exactly. I've spent like a lot of time like not really feeling myself.
Yeah.
You know, I used to just like throw on whatever clothes I could like grab in the morning and like get dressed in the dark and like not care. And now it's like getting up, getting ready is like such an important part of my routine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't really know how I was getting by just getting ready in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you feel better. You know what I
Feel
mean?
a lot better.
Yeah.
Taking that time to like look at myself and like try and find the best version of myself before I leave the house.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I can relate. I'm from North Carolina, and yeah, definitely when I was living back there, and I don't know, just scared about things, not really feeling all that safe. I just dressed like I didn't give it any thought either. And then I don't know, coming out here and realizing, hey, you can wear color, you can wear suspenders, you can do whatever, you know, like it's okay, just be you.
Is there like a big transforming moment for you, or?
I think I just realized, you know what? There was. This is a long time. I'm older than you, I think. Pretty sure. And so, this was back in like 2003, 2004-ish. And I worked on this LGBTQ wedding expo back when we were fighting for marriage equality. And I planned it all in North Carolina, but it was like a wedding expo held in Portland. And so I came out here and I met all these really cool people, and I met all these awesome queer couples that were getting married.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's so cool out here.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to live.
Yeah. Isn't it something? I've
Yeah.
lived here my whole life, and it's
Yeah.
the city used to feel so closed off and kind of unpleasant to me.
That's fair.
And
That's fair.
Like, but recently I'm like, what the hell? This is like one of the coolest places to live.
Rules.
I
It's
feel
so
so
good.
lucky. Like,
I'm so lucky. I agree. I agree. There's definitely been talk. I married my husband of just like, oh God, you know, it's a scary time. It's a scary time to live. 2025.
yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? We're in Portland. Like,
Yeah.
of all the places to be in America, this is a good place to be for this moment. You know, like let's. I don't know. I don't know if there's another safer place than where we're at, you know?
No. And you know, there's access to like so many different interesting people.
Yes, totally.
Like
I love it.
This morning, like I just was at Fairy Coffee. Like,
Oh, cool.
yeah, which takes place actually like really close by to here.
Nice.
And every weekend, these fairies they get together, and you know most of them are gay men, but like
yeah.
you
I know
people of all
fairy-
genders tend to go.
yeah.
And like there are people there who were basically like they are right at the founding of like the gay civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Right, people who were there on the front lines during the AIDS crisis.
Yeah,
And it's like,
absolutely.
in a time like now, talking to them and hearing their stories about
Yeah.
what it
was.
Yeah, and not just like, oh, we survived and things got better, but like
Yeah.
one of the understandings I got to come to recently
good.
that was kind of inspiring was just one guy talking about how it takes time.
Yeah.
You know, he said that it
does.
was years
Yeah.
before the right people, the right methods of organization, the right resources, like all fell into place.
Yeah.
And that ultimately like kind of led to this like dead zone where it seemed like things were really scattered,
Yeah.
organized. But what was important was that people were trying until like that magic collaboration happened.
Yeah.
That came an unstoppable momentum.
Yep. It did.
And I feel like it's important to remember that
Yeah.
when you're looking at things right now and
Yeah.
feeling like, oh, there's no cohesiveness. But
Right.
in reality, it's like people are trying.
Yeah.
You know,
Really good takeaway.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just came from an event last week where it was
Yeah.
like a bunch of people who are running mutual aid groups and activists are just getting together and sharing ideas and trying to collaborate on resources. And I
Love
feel like
that.
it's so interesting that that stuff is happening right
Yeah.
now. People are really making it happen.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And everybody's in to pool together and to like get through this, honestly. Get to the other side.
Yeah. And
You know?
So living in the city, like I get this opportunity to have access to all those kinds of cool resources.
Love that.
And
Love that. Take advantage.
Exactly. And that's what gives me like a lot of hopefulness and why I think
Yeah.
I'm really lucky to be here right now.
I do too.
Yeah.
I had to think. I love that. And I want to go way back to what you're saying. You grew up here.
Yeah.
You were born here. I love that.
Right? Isn't
Look at
that
that.
interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have lived in and around Portland all my life. Like I've lived as far away as I think like Forest Grove,
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
you know, while I was in college. But
Yeah.
other than that, I've always been around here. Right now,
Nice.
I'm working very close by in Northeast.
Yep.
But
I love Northeast.
I also like do work that takes me all the way out to like, actually back to Forest Grove.
Yeah.
I cover a
Yeah,
pretty big
so,
territory.
yeah.
But,
Well, that's awesome.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I try to stay active like in the queer community
Yeah.
in ways like queer community is such a strange ethereal word as though we all like know each other.
Yeah, yeah.
But in reality, it's just like this chain of tenuous connections.
Yeah.
You know, that are sort of bound together by this idea that like we recognize each other. We're sort of like almost corralled into the same spaces by virtue of the fact that like to be outwardly queer is not necessarily accepted everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's
absolutely true.
yeah. Although in a place like Portland, it's a lot easier to stay
Yeah.
separated.
That's true too. Absolutely. Well, that's great. I love that you're connected to, you know, all the different kind of queer groups, and I love the coffee that I'm trying to remember the name. In Tennessee, there was like a camp, and it wasn't all the year, but yeah, there was like a commune, if you will, of and it was, I keep thinking Fairy World, but that's not it. That was the thing in Eugene.
Oh, I wish
Fairy group, fairy men, like fairy men's group. I don't know. But yeah, when you mentioned, I was like, I bet you it's the same group.
Yeah, there's chapters all
Yes.
over the world.
Yes.
Yeah, there's fairies in Australia, New Zealand. There's
Yes.
fairies in Israel and in Palestine.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's fairies, you know, from here to everywhere.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I lived in like Western North Carolina, and I knew folks involved in like the campground commune, and that was in Eastern Tennessee. And yeah, that was really cool. What hobby have you dedicated the most time to in your life?
That would probably be either music or woodworking.
Oh, cool. I love it.
I used to do woodworking professionally.
Cool.
And so, like, because I racked up all those long days and long hours.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's something that I've put enough time and effort into that I
Yeah.
can say I'm somewhat competent.
Yeah.
But also, like, music is something that I've done long enough. I've recently had this experience, actually, where it's like somebody, you know, we were just talking about music, and they said, I don't really know what's wrong with this song, and they showed it to me, and I'm like, have you thought about this? And I'm realizing as I'm saying it,
Nice.
like, oh my God, I have valid feedback.
Yeah, exactly. You're able to help this person
Yeah, like,
that's like struggling with this part.
Yeah, and it's like, how did I get
for you.
there?
Hey,
you know?
experience, wisdom, time.
Yeah.
You spent the time. You've written enough songs.
Yeah, which I'm still so aware that, like, I'm, like, far down the ladder or whatever. Like, you know, I can't play, like, very complicated stuff. I just can play the stuff that I do well enough that it feels good for me. But
Yeah.
that's all I want out of it.
That's awesome.
So, like, yeah. But, like, at the same time, somehow that got me far enough that,
It
like,
did.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic.
Isn't that great? I kind of love it.
And like, you know, my 2 cents on that too, I just want to kind of echo back what you're saying, which is it doesn't matter if you don't need to sound like everyone. You just need to sound like you. And if you can sound like you well, and this is the all yous, not just you, then you got it. You know, someone who gave me a lot of courage would like to get out there and share my art was Neil Young. Where I feel like if Neil Young tries to cover a Beatles song, it's not gonna sound great. But if Neil Young does a Neil Young song, it's gonna be fantastic.
That's so true.
Yeah, so let's all be Neil Young.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
like,
this. That's a good profile, good handwork.
Thank
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
one of the songs I'm gonna play today, I wrote actually because I was trying to cover a song somebody else had written.
Right.
But I was struggling to capture like their energy, their emotion. And so I was like, well, if I can't play or sound anything like them, I might as well just write my own lyrics and make it my own song.
Agreed.
And then it ended up being like one of the best songs I'd ever written.
I love it.
I was like, hell yeah.
It's the right attitude.
Yeah, like, that's pretty
no,
cool.
Don't worry.
Yeah, that's like kind of the stuff that I'm into.
I love that.
Yeah, it seems like I've really gotten into this idea of like flow state and keeping your mind in a state of play when you're trying to be creative. You don't really have to do it when you're practicing.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're trying to be creative, it's better to like let yourself relax.
Yeah.
And like kind of play around with the thing that you're doing and like
It's the right attitude.
yeah, disconnect yourself from like the anxiety or the meaning that you've attached to a lot of those things. You know, I feel like that's an imperative for a good creative process.
I think so too.
Different thing. Stevie.
So yeah, this song is called Ups and Downs. And it goes like this. You're on the blanket, on the couch, you close your eyes. I see you softly breathing where you lie. The ups and downs, the short stops in between your breaths will one day last forever. Ups and downs, what we got left. It's all we got. So do what we can with what time we have. There's no need to learn to let go, because one day we simply will, and when we'll never know. So I look at you, you look at me, we both look into the stars, where in that void we finally find a place we could call ours. What we could call. So do what we can with what time we have. There's no need to learn to let go, because one day we simply will, and when we'll never know. So I look at you, just please look at me. We could all look off to the stars, where in that void we might hope to find a place we could call ours. What we might call. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
That was my favorite one yet.
Thank you.
It's so easy to get in your own head and to think, oh, this isn't, I don't know, this, this isn't what I was thinking, this doesn't sound good, whatever, and then to just stop. And the answer is like, no, keep pushing. It's okay to change it. Keep going,
Yeah.
and then make it better,
Yeah. Kind of thought about
That's a good one too. Good handwork.
Thank you.
Have you been modeling for a while?
No, I've never done this.
This is your first shoot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's exciting. That's exciting. Well, you're a natural. You're doing a great job. I'm honestly doing a poor job of giving you poses, and you're doing a great job of finding poses as we're chatting.
I was thinking about it a little bit.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that you're doing really great is giving me both forward and profile and kind of tilting your head in different ways. But the light on this one, I actually, I would show you what I'm getting, but I don't want to interrupt, I don't want to get in the way of the shots. I'd imagine Mitch is shooting right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you that later, and I think you're really going to love it. Yeah, we're getting really good side lighting here, and it just looks great. Okay, now I'm going to hit you with two things.
Sure.
Let's do shoulder forwards. So I'm going to have you kind of tilt. Yeah, tilt a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And then what I'm going to ask you, let's go for this one, which is, what's your phone wallpaper right now?
Oh, I can show you.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to move though. You're in your.
Okay. Well,
tell me.
I did something very creative. I took a picture of my dog.
Oh, I love dogs.
Yeah, right? And it's like him in profile.
Nice.
And I put it as my lock screen. And then I had it photoshopped so it was like squished in.
Aww.
It's all flat. So when you swipe up the screen, it's like his nose goes and it just like.
Oh my gosh.
What's your dog's name?
His name is Dobby.
His name's Dobby.
Yeah, or Mr. Doodles. We used to be.
That's fair.
It was foundational for us, but it's like. It's just one of many things in my past that I used to identify with, and now I kind of don't. And it's
I understand.
It's not like I was actively trying to stop liking the Harry Potter series. At the time, I didn't even know I was a trans individual.
No.
I was feeling kind of burnt out on it in general.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah.
You were already it was already from a moment in time when you were younger, and you're like. But you named your dog Dobby, so it's got some connection there.
Well, and he, he kind of came to us that way. He had been a foster in our household.
Okay.
And we had him for, I think, a year or two. This is when I was living with my mom.
Oh, cool.
And so during that time, we fostered him. Actually, I think we fostered him just a couple of months.
And then a couple of months.
Yeah, and then we adopted him out, now that I mention it, because he was 2 years old when he came back to us.
Okay.
Right? So this woman says, I'm traveling to Thailand. I don't really know what I'm going to do with him. Can you watch him for a couple of weeks while I'm out of town?
Wow, you were just fostering.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks turned into 3, and then 3 weeks turned into a few months, and then she's like, I'm going to live here now. Bye. And, have fun keeping my dog. And she even told us, sounds like he's happier with you.
Wow.
I know. Well, and God bless her. She came back to the States and she didn't want him back, which I'm just like.
Okay.
She kept good on her promise to give him.
Yeah, I agree. God, that would have been heartbreaking.
Yeah,
after all that time.
Well, and at that point, we would have fought her on it.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But still.
It seems like she's moved on and is living a pretty happy life. And
good.
Moved on and we're living a very happy life with her.
I love it. How old is Dobby now?
Oh gosh, he's 10 or 11.
Okay, that's great.
He's very middle-aged.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
Chihuahua. He's
a Chihuahua.
Yeah, he's starting to get like the gray around his eyes.
Oh my god.
And he's got like little
Ooh, that was a
spectacles
good picture.
around his eyes.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about raising him has been that when he came to us, he was like a very quiet, very scared, very skittish dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. Imagine from his perspective, right? He had an owner, and then he was like dropped off with your mom and you.
Yeah.
That'd be a scary moment.
Well, and I never had a dog that was that size.
Yeah,
In the
sure.
time
He's
that we
tiny.
had- In the time that we had him before, like we never really got to get accustomed
Yeah.
to that size of dog. And so like I had to learn how to be gentle.
Yeah.
How to be quiet, how to
Aw.
be kind, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Meet him.
Because I was so used to like big, obnoxious dogs
Yeah.
that could take like a little bit of pushback.
Totally.
But over the years, he's gotten older. Now, you know, I live with my partner and he's living with us. And it's like, he's loud and
Yeah.
like totally bombastic
Wow.
and demanding.
And not
like,
scared at all.
no, we've helped him come out of his shell. You know,
Yeah.
we've nurtured that.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it annoying? A little. But
Yeah.
it's also like a point of pride that
Yeah,
you can
I
help
agree.
nurture someone, foster such a change in them that suddenly they go from being like incredibly quiet
Yeah.
or like incredibly reserved to being out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which
Good
is,
for you.
yeah, it's something
You
I
made a healthy, happy home for
Yeah.
your Chihuahua Dobby.
if I did one good thing, if I did one
That's
thing
right.
it was I've
That's
raised
good.
my dog right.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I'm your host, Camille Trudeau, and thank you for joining us on this episode of Handsome and Beautiful. We'll see you next time.